What is up, all? Elm Street Warrior here with another video, and today I am going to be talking about one of my favorite Christmas horror films ever, and that is no other than Silent Night, Deadly Night. First of all, let me just say, this absolutely one of my favorite Christmas horror films. I love putting this on every single Christmas season. It is that essential. Basically, it is about a guy, Billy. Well, he, as a kid, seen his parents get killed by a guy in a Santa Claus suit, and it basically just messed with him forever. Then he gets sent to this orphanage, and he kind of gets treated like crap even more horribly by the nuns. But flash forward to 18 years later, he works at a toy store, and the owners basically, everything's going good, and then the owners basically have him dress up as Santa for the kids because I think the dude or whatever, something happened and he canceled out. And Billy kind of just loses his marbles overnight and basically just starts going around killing a bunch of naughty doers and starts punishing them, and just can't get any more than that. Just a little about this film. Interesting fact, it actually came out the same time that Nightmare on Elm Street did. Unfortunately, this got pulled from the theaters, I think, after a week because there were so many parents that were quote-unquote outraged with this film. So, yeah, that's something that's very unfortunate, but you know how people that aren't horror fans don't really understand and know how they are. But anyway, definitely a fun film. You have a great cast. Leanna Quigley's actually in this film. She actually has a great kill in the movie. For anyone that's not seen it, I won't spoil that. There's another kill in this movie that I really, really enjoyed as well, involving a decapitation. Probably one of the most iconic kills, at least I feel like, in my opinion, in the film. Loved all the characters. I even loved the cover art to this film. Shout out to Skynet Video, by the way, because he is the one that did the slit. Awesome dude. Please follow him on Instagram for anyone that hasn't, because awesome freaking dude. Just an awesome film, though. I definitely recommend this to anyone that has not watched it because it is a great time. Definitely a Christmas horror film. Definitely has the vibe of Christmas and everything. I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas horror. There are some really good ones, and then there are some really bad ones, but this one absolutely hits its mark and goes in for what it's aiming after. I actually did not like this film the first time I watched it. I first watched it at 14, and I was not the biggest fan of it. It definitely is a movie that had to grow on me in my adult years, and I definitely appreciate it more now than I did then. I actually learned about this film first from watching a documentary a couple years ago called Going to Pieces. Well, I shouldn't say a couple years ago because I actually watched it my teenage years. But I first learned about this documentary, and I remember watching it at 14, and I'm like, this movie was so stupid. And then I watched it again in 2019. Absolutely loved it. So it's definitely one of those films, if you don't like it the first time around, you might need to let it sink in before you watch it again or give it some time. But definitely a Christmas horror film that is essential. I definitely recommend anyone to watch this that hasn't, because it is a great time. Now we move on to part 2. Now, I'm going to be honest, part 2 does not live up to the same as the original. The first 40 minutes of this film is a complete rehash of what happened in the first film, and then the next hour kind of gets into its own story. This one focuses on the antagonist brother, Billy, in the first one, his brother, Ricky. And the atmosphere in this one is not really kind of the same as the first one. I mean, yeah, Christmas is still a theme in this one, but this one definitely does not live up to the same as the first one. So anyone going in with huge expectations with Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, please don't, because I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to be overly disappointed, without a doubt. This has an hilarious line in it, Garbage Day. Just, the acting by the main guy is atrocious, but if you can get past that, you're good. I honestly can deal with this one over the just atrociousness of part 3, because Better Watch Out is even more horrible. So I can deal with this one way better than that one. I'm not going to even really get into Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 because I absolutely hate that film. I don't even own it because that's how much I hate it. Just a horrible, horrible sequel, and it's not even worth owning, in my opinion. Next, we move on to part 5, and this one doesn't even have anything to do with the Killer Santa. This one has to do with killer toys. Now, I know what everyone's going to say. How do they move from a Killer Santa to killer toys? But I don't know personally. But this one is a lot of fun. If you can get past the silliness of this film, it really, really is a good time. I definitely was really surprised when I watched this one last year for the first time that I would like it as much as I did, because I originally wrote it off as stupid. However, that was not the case. This one, a lot of fun. I definitely recommend this one as well. It is absolutely my second favorite in the franchise after the first one. Just a lot of fun, and again, this one really has a Christmas vibe too that I feel like it really nailed. Granted, the stories are different because this one, like I said, is about killer toys instead of a killer Santa, but I enjoyed this and had a great time with it. So that's all I really want to say about the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. I hope you guys have a great holiday. Thank you for watching this, and until next time, I'm Elm Street Warrior.